side.
Yeah, look, I'm really afraid of this map pick from Triumph on Inferno. I think it's ballsy. I know that Inferno's been a pretty decent map for them, but it's the best map in the map pool for EG, so I think this is a big mistake in terms of the veto. But look, for Triumph, it's all about seeing at least if they can get a map into this series. They haven't been able to get a best-of-3 victory so far in the Pro League, but look at the shutdown coming out towards the brackets position. The USP's just flying through as Breezy's able to finish off the job. Triumph running into a complete stack out from brackets and running into one deadly crossfire.
Straight shut down. That is decimation there from the Evil Geniuses side. Not even a contest being held over on the brackets area. The crossfire locked, the headshots came through, and everybody went down. And just like that, it's all over there for the pistol round. EG taking immediate control. Triumph decimated into that mid-control, and we'll try to come back in with an eco round. It's saw a number of force buys in the last series, but here it looks like Triumph are going to go a little bit more passive right now with the way that they're going to contest this. Very carefully played, and definitely a throwaway round here from the T side.
And for EG, you've certainly thought that out of all the NA teams, they've probably come out on top in this online era. We've seen some really good events from them. They came first in Blast Premier Swing. We saw them first in CS Summit, first in Cologne. They've been able to put up back-to-back results outside of their loss to Furia only a few days ago, Jay. They're on a 15-series winning streak. That's best-of-3s and best-of-5s. I think EG is certainly contesting to be the best team in North America, up there with Furia at the moment in terms of the sort of North American, South American region. But for EG, they're certainly looking at Pro League thinking that top 2, that's got to be their goal, to finish off the regular season with at least a top 2 placing.
But Triumph is all about just doing as much as they can in terms of, you know, just trying not to, you know, trying to win a series, because they haven't won a single one. Not a single one over the course of this season of Pro League, so... You know, like, I don't even know, like, you know, is that even going to be possible for them at this stage? Like, that's the main thing for Triumph right now. Obviously, against Evil Geniuses, a lot of people don't believe that's the case, and their last matchup going into next week will be up against the likes of 100 Thieves, who, as we just saw, is fighting also to get even further up the table. You know, they need to try and take that top 4 position so they can make it into playoffs, so... Triumph have got a hell of a task ahead of themselves over the next couple of weeks, but... Right now here in the rifle rounds, the challenge is going to be dead set in front of them. Evil Geniuses already doing damage to Penny to start things off, but even the Cirque also taking damage of their own right. Cirque is actually going to be the man that falls first as the UMP, the SMG goes down.
That's a little bit too aggressive there from EG. There was really no real reason for them to get that over aggressive. I mean, it is good to see that they've got confidence, but I think that's a little bit too much confidence there. Ethan just trying to work towards the top of Banana Smoke, but for Triumph, they get an opening pick. They slow walk their way in towards getting some brackets control, maybe go for an app pop with a bomb. And Triumph have set themselves up really nicely here.
Low HP for Ethan and Tarek, so it could be a chance for Triumph to get a couple of picks back. Indeed, Tarek does go down to the hands of Moose. Slow walk out of the apartment. Is Stanislaw going to be detected here? Flashbangs with Breezy tries to deny them. And the FAMAS comes up with one good frag. Ethan trades back here. Open position. Sees 2 more. Does get taken out eventually, but Breezy's still here towards Pit. Shane's going to get spotted and sprayed, but Shake comes up with the kill. And Triumph in the early game will at least hold around.
Okay, good start coming out from Triumph. Now, out of the, you know, small amount of games that I've noticed from Triumph in recent times, Jay, keep a big eye out for Junior. I think he can be sort of the next big thing in the NA region. He's 17 years old. Sorry, I should say 19 years old. It's Penny that's the youngster on this team. But look, he's a youngster. He's really, really sharp with the AWP. And when he's confident, he can put up some really big performances. So far in Pro League, he's had a little bit of a disappointing performance. Again, they've had some really tough series where they've only managed to win 2 maps. So you can't really expect too much from him, but if there's anyone to watch out for in this series, it's got to be Junior with that orb.
No doubt about it. Sitting with the pistols for the moment, and no AWPs as of right now for Triumph. The eco round will come through from the CT camp as Evil Geniuses maintain their positions right now. Going to try and evade the Mac 10 kills coming in for the Triumph side. Placed out here towards mid and brackets for the moment. They've left 1 player playing contact over at B. 4-man stacking over at A.
Yeah, not really too many upgrades coming out for EG. Just taking this as a pretty light eco round to get the rifles up into the next. And Breezy, though, he's starting to push down out through the apartments. The challenge coming out to Sheikh Zula, and Ryan doing a hell of a lot of damage with that Mac-10 out from long. I wonder when they start to realize a bit of a stack. A lot of footsteps being heard from Ryan.
He gets himself 3 frags in the end of it. Mac-10 cleans up $1,800 worth of frags. And Tarek will take down 1 kill. If he can get Moose next, that'd be fantastic, but in the end, he will just get shut down pretty effectively. There you go, that's the second to the board of the Triumph side. Even standing against Evil Geniuses, but that was an eco for Rifles coming out here in round 5.
And Triumph tying up the scoreline, but it's all about putting this added pressure on, seeing if they can grind as many T-side rounds as possible in their map pick of Inferno, and see if they can at least force mistakes coming out from EG. And we're seeing that AWP coming out from Cirque being backed up by the rest of the Rifles, and for Master come out from Ethan. And Triumph are just seeing if they can continue this slight momentum they've been able to find. A couple rounds in a row. A little bit of early banana presence to come out. Cirque with the AWP completely blind off the angle. The T's have done a very good job of taking this control away from them.
Keeps him away. Forces him back. Flashes over. Spray transfer. Ethan comes up with a kill, but Ryan takes Tarek back. AWP left for Cirque. Does drop that bomb in the end. Good AWP kill to the 4-on-3. Smoke down on Moose's part, force him away from the apartments. The 2 players left towards Banana are still pressing the issue here for the Triumph side. Crossfire locked, nades on position for Ethan, 23 health for him. And Sheikh Zula is going to sneak past the cross position into CT. Wraparound backed up against Cirque, could end up with a frag and potentially an entryway into the bomb site. He's all going to get shut down, turned around by the AWP now to a 4-on-2.
Good read coming out from Cirque, realizing the fact there may have been a way that he snuck his way in through CT spawn to wrap around construction. And now for Triumph, 2-on-4. Yeah, there's 2 players to deal with at the B bomb site, and they've also taken a hell of a lot of damage. Ethan and Cirque really need the rotators to be able to help them out, but the rotations, they haven't even come in yet, Jay. They are very slow to rotate.
Moose moving up top of the first box spray through. It's actually Cirque that gets that kill as Ethan did the initial damage. 3k for the AWP, and the FAMASAs get taken out in the back lines, but now Penny has got really no options and no way in. Plant can be secured, tapped once, going to try force the kill on Cirque. Sees Breezy in the back lines. Tap burst through, does not get the headshot, but now forced to the second tap. Does get Cirque in the end. Still facing for the man, but now this time, nope, never mind. He's just going to continue faking and forcing the CTs out. 10 seconds left, and Stanislaw will take his wide face, get that kill, and get the 3rd back for EG.
I mean, he did his job pretty well in trying to fake them out. Every time he tried to go for the fake plant, we saw an overextension coming out from the CT side. So, look, for Triumph, it really comes down to them just getting shut down in that B bomb site. Cirque and Ethan doing a hell of a lot of damage. And for EG, I'm kind of surprised, Jay, how slowly those rotations came through. It really felt like they thought that it was a bit of a bait setup over towards B and that there was going to be a rotation back to A. But it came down to the 2 defenders itself to hold off on the site. And Triumph going to be forcing back. And, well, the money line, pretty awkward for them. It means that Ryan's going to be on a deagle.
Yeah, no rifle for him, no automatic weapon at all. The hand cannon can still do its damage, but they're going to need to do a lot more in terms of the actual firepower and placement here. Tarek already going to take out Penny, so Ryan can pick up that AK that he dropped. And meanwhile, the UMP of Ethan's going to get pushed up at the woodstack corner, so waiting in for Junior, who's slow facing up, does not see the player at stack. The jump face of Tarek will see the info back here. He's only got a flashbang, continuing to slow face in. Is he going to get Ethan to fake his way forward? Takes a leg shot back of it, but no swing out from the CTs. No kill for the T side line, however, as Junior swings forward. He does catch the main man of the UMP. The AWP probably going to get 14 points of health and probably going to get traded out here against Tarek's position. Also very low HP.
Oh, Cirque just gets out of there. They realize straight away, as soon as he doesn't find that shot, get out of there. Escape as quickly as possible. And now they're even running a gamble stack to this B-bomb site, flashing Tarek into the angle. They know the AWP's towards a long position, but the flashes are absolutely perfect, and the trades are even better. Opening up the B-bomb site, still 3 players alive. This really has to be an instant save coming out from Breezy, you would expect.
Indeed, 1-on-3. Players are tagged up on the Triumph side, but no one's really low HP. I mean, they're down to 50 in the case of Junior, but Moose is, Junior there is with the AWP ready for his own triple. 3-all as Triumph are at least bringing this relatively close, going blow for blow in the early matchup. And that's going to force the issue of EG, you know, only a single round loss bonus, a big investment in that last round. And now a force buy to come through from the CT side.
I was a little bit surprised that Breezy tried to attempt that 1-on-3. I realized just holding onto that M4 probably helps them out massively going into a round where you really don't have that many investments to work with. We've had a couple back and forward rounds, both teams being able to reset each other's economy. And Breezy trying to go very aggressive with this CZ. And they're trying to even take second mid control. Triumph have no idea they're pushed this far forward.
Molotov's in on Ethan, will force him back. Moose with the CZ. Oh, sorry, Breezy with the CZ, I should say. Going to take out Moose. Penny gets the AK kill on Ethan to return smoke back from Stanislaw. Re-smoke towards Cross coming in from the T sideline. Molotov's out on the site, going to try to drive CTs away, but no one is really there to take face. 5-7 a stand is the only thing that remains. Circling CZ. Nice spray transfer from Ryan will do his damage. The nade up. Doesn't take stand down. The flash in for the pistols. Junior's going to get caught off guard. Let's get one frag, but Stanislaw there with a 5-7. Takes out one. Penny can respond. They still know there's a player out here towards the old grill area. Waiting for backup. Sees Ryan doing a ton of damage. A very expensive round for the Triumph squad. Junior shoulder spotted. And they hear the footsteps. Breezy swings. Takes his fight. Just about wins it to drop that bomb. 1-on-1. Knows that Penny's somewhere deep in that site. Up for a quadra. But Breezy gets his 3. And that's an eco victory for EG.
Oh, we're going back and forward with each other's, just winning force buys. Breezy, the aggression out to the apartments into second mid, takes down Moose, takes his AK, and ends up winning out the round with 3K. Oh, Triumph, man, it's so frustrating because you look at Junior, he checked towards the broken wall and didn't see anything, didn't realize the fact that Breezy had already pushed further forward. 4-3, EG regaining the control, regaining the lead. This has been quite the contest in the early stage of Inferno. Definitely
surprising considering the circumstances we're in, with Triumph being as low on the board as they are, but they picked this map. You questioned it before we went live, and certainly I have every reason to agree with you, but they're at least making this T-side work. On the eco, it's not going to work out for anything here. They should just kind of get picked apart here with the pistols, the deagles, the Glocks. Junior's already been taken down. Ryan tagged the 23. Not a lick of damage done to EG, meanwhile. Continuing to try and lay on the frags here for Ethan to get his money back up to a decent stance. The economy game has at least been limited here by the Triumph squad, so they can take that much in their stead.
One big thing to notice in that round there, Jay, even though it was just an eco, that was 4 kills coming out from the UMP of Ethan. So a mass amount of money being farmed up from the kill bonus. And maybe an opportunity for EG, if they want to start running it, is a double AWP setup a little bit later on. Triumph going into their rifle round, even with a couple of Galils, so the money line really still not fantastic for them to get a complete full buy-in. And certainly not enough money for Junior to get his AWP. Oh, Rumbu's coming through. Actually doesn't quite land for Cirque, but he's still aggressing, and he's going to hear a lot of footsteps out from mid.
Gonna get back out of dodge, out of the boiler position, smoke down, should try and stop them here, but a flashbang will still come forward. AWP and M4 will get forced off angle. Shake facing in wide. The spray continues against Ryan doing damage, but him and Penny come up good with frag. Stanislaw left alone to the site. Rotations are on the way from the CT camp. Penny makes his way up into the face-up, gets that headshot in the end of the spray. 2 standing for EG. Might consider a safe call in this one. Triumph have overwhelmed the A-side defense, and they're locked out from here.
Already, Jay, we're getting, what, 10 rounds deep, and the maximum amount of rounds that either team have been able to win in a row is 2. We have not seen a streak of rounds coming in, really, for either team. And for Triumph, it seemed like they got locked out of brackets. There was a great re-smoke coming in from the CT side, but they just popped their way through it. The flash comes in, they start to just wide swing instantly and get some really good entries. Even the duel that Penny took onto Stanislaw, very, very sharp indeed to open up the site. And Triumph, I think one thing that they can certainly bring to the server today, Jay, is firepower. You've obviously picked up a couple of big names of Moose and Ryan, who have sort of been around sort of the tier 1 scene in NACS for quite some time. A couple of recent pickups for them. And for Triumph, it's good to see, Jay, that it's an early challenge, and that's really what you expect in a series like this.
And one of the lead here, the EG side, the rifles will be reinvested into. AWPs out, M4s, Ethan. I don't know if he's got a rifle drop for him. No, he doesn't have an AK for his own right, so firepower plenty. And again, the money is just not there for EG. They need to get some good rounds on the board, some confident connections. And as you mentioned, no side getting a decent streak of rounds. you can get that going, EG will take control, but Triumph with the full back cash in the savings. Playing passive at this current marker, want to try and see if they can equalize against EG, so they'll have to rely on dipping into another force buy round. For now, there's minimal damage done to Junior and Penny on the start. HG is up towards that top mid area. 3 players suppressed towards stairs, and 2 making their way up towards second mid and into the apartments.
One thing that Triumph have certainly done on this T side, Jay, is just give up banana control pretty much every round. EG have put early anti-rush nades towards banana, and yeah, sometimes they haven't extended all the way down to taking it completely, but for Triumph, if they head towards B or they head over towards banana, they're taking it a lot later into the round rather than early on. And see Ethan getting flashed off the angle, rotating Tarek back over to the B bomb side because they were running a 4-man stack at A. And for Triumph, it looks like it's just going to maybe be a B play. They've got a single lurk out through the apartments. They're starting to run out of time. They need to get a bit of a move on here.
Matt Tennis shakes, watching the back lines here towards the banana position. Spoke ready for the cross. Junior with the AWP is right behind him. It's all a ruse here. This is a fake out towards that B player. They're going to draw a third man in for the rotation. The Mac 10 makes his way out. It's completely sacrificial, but still takes out Tarek. Ethan can take him down and realize that nobody else is here. Stanislaw's going to see 2 players and drop them. 2 standing. Penny's going to feed himself to the pit player. Last man being seen. And Stanislaw gets another headshot. And Triumph just fed themselves to EG in that last round. There should be no circumstances in which Stan gets away with that much control.
I'm sorry, but that's poor. That's really poor coming out from Triumph. They had a molly. They could have mollied out the pit position. Stan wasn't even blinded at all. And that's just easy pickings coming out for EG. And you realize if you're facing a team at this kind of a caliber, you can't be making mistakes like that. They did a really good job of pulling rotations over to B. EG had only 2 players at that A bomb site. And Stanislaw, that just looked too simple, Jay.
The reinvestment coming in for Triumph, wanting to equalize in that last one. Now can they get shut down by EG this time? Apparently not, but Ethan comes up the end of the smoke, takes out a 2-for-1 trade for the CT cap. Good effort to start things off on Tarek, but again, it's EG the ones that are in control.
Ethan finding that response. We saw Tarek getting boosted up over to the broken wall. It gets instantly shut down from Penny, but a couple of trades come back from Ethan. And now for Triumph. Coming back into, again, another man disadvantage scenario to try and bring this back. They've left Cirque alone at the B bomb side. There is a quick rotation that can come through from Ethan, but Cirque's got a lot of nades. So you've got to think as soon as he makes contact with the AWP, he can then drop a smoke or an incendiary.
Cirque standing by. Ready to shut them down. Ryan there with a shoulder bait and a miss Molotov as well. Not going to stop them. Triumph will walk straight into the site. There's no one else there to defend against it. Cirque's going to call for backup on the A bomb site rotations. They are coming in thick and fast. One player towards mid is Breezy. Could challenge against the likes of Junior. He's defended this position more in the past. As the bomb plant goes down as a 4-on-3.
Smoke off towards Banana. Junior realizes I want to get in front of it rather than behind it. And what that does allow is a bit more of an easier sightline coming in from Breezy. Won't have to deal with anyone towards that banana position, but a post plant coming through, and it's still a 3-on-4 disadvantage for Triumph.
Slight gap in that smoke. Breezy and Ethan do go down as a result. Smoke at the cross is about to clear. Stanislaw and Cirque have no way in. Flashbang will not catch Junior. Run boost for Stan. Gonna try and get him out of dodge. They try and save their weapons. AWP and M4 looking for exits. Looking to keep the T side suppressed here in this site. Nice double face in. Does not get the kills, but Ryan and Moose do take them out in the end, and that will be a 5th for Triumph. And again, Evil Geniuses, such good sequences and good rounds coming in from their defensive line, but it's all out of the follow-ups. There's no connecting tissue here for the CT side.
Not anything connecting for either team in terms of streaks or just in terms of momentum. It's just instantly getting shut down from both sides. And look, I don't want to say that that Molotov from Cirque lost them the round, but it certainly made it so much more difficult. The fact that he wasn't able to slow down that T side allowed Triumph to just open up B completely because he was the only defender and he was forced back behind the smoke. And Triumph finding a way back in. Another force buy coming up for EG, but we've seen how successful they've been on them before.
Kill for Ryan. Breezy turns it around with the UMP, and AK now recovered, and Stan can get another automatic weapon if he so desires. DWK got the M4A1S. Used so well on the clutch, but he blocks out Molotov, and that's the worst timing possible for a CT player peeking in from brackets. 4 on 3, Breeze is behind them though. He's being seen at the edge of the smoke, and Shake Zilla can shut him down. And now A-Site is under full T-side control.
Okay, and Triumph. A couple of micro adjustments there out through the boiler and a mid position. As soon as the body block comes in from Stanislaw, there's just so much spam. I realize if sort of 3 players all start spamming their weapons, they're probably going to be able to catch him off, and they do. And even just watching for the push from Breezy, you saw CSGO, he had all of his teammates starting to push around too long, but he was the only one that had eyes in the back lines, and he was just waiting for the aggression to come out from Breezy, knowing that he was in the apartments to find that opening kill. And Triumph been able to deal with the force buy, so we should expect an eco to come through from EG into round 13. But it's so surprising, Jay, to sort of see the limitations of gun rounds already this many rounds deep into the first map.
And at long last, Triumph are going to be able to equalize against EG. They've been hunting for that equal standing for a very long time, but every single time EG have been able to just, you know, edge forward and put more distance between them and Triumph. But 6-all, Triumph may be able to steal the lead away from the EG squad with a eco coming in for the players that went down. Ethan and Tarek will have Kevlar and an M4 due to the fact that they're safe in the last round, but that's going to be it. Not a lot of firepower to work with for the CT camp. Stanislaw will be in the body block to allow Ethan to boost up on top of the broken wall. No contact from Triumph towards Banana though. They're leaning in towards mid. Going to try go towards A. Got Breezy and Cert to defend against here, both in the apartments. 2 players on this A-site control.
Man, you've got to think CZ from Breezy could be a good opportunity to find the boiler player, or I should say the apartments player from Ryan. It's not going to happen. Is anyone checking the angle of where Cirque is? The flashbang that actually comes out from Sheikh Zula is the one that ends up finding a kill for Cirque. So the pistols start to rotate in. They have a chance to save onto this M4 if they want to look for some more exits. They've also got that option.
Oh, Ethan gets Penny and tags Ryan down. Flashbang off from the door. Should force him to look away. Keep him passive in a 3-on-3. They've got 1 player out of the CT spawn here for the T-side line. Moose has got to get back in time though to try and hold the main side defensive. Shake Soda sees one at the edge of that smoke. A small gap there to work with. Stanislaw goes down, so does Ethan. Tarek, all that remains on bomb site with the CZ in his hands, but can't overextend too far because Moose is there at Cubby. Tap on the bomb. We're going to try and force him to peek up, do some damage to the T-side line. Nice face up. 2 kills found, but no chance for the third, and no kit in for the defensive defuse. He'll still get away with a 3K, and again taking all the rifles away from the T-side hands, forcing a very, very expensive round here from Triumph.
Tell you what, that's a really great attempt on the retake from EG. Everyone goes down. They bring in an AK to the following round, so they don't need to reinvest that. And now he's even got money line that he can drop an AWP to Cirque. That is really, really impactful going into round 14. EG, they have lost the lead though. Triumph up 7-6. And you've got to think, where's the adjustment coming out from EG? We've seen a little bit of aggression out towards the apartments facing them, a bit over towards the B bomb site in terms of Banana. But for Triumph, it seems like now, finally, they've started regaining some control. It's 3 rounds in a row from them.
Nades on, Molotovs to respond. CT players here into the Banana position as they burst and spray through from Ethan. Can't find frags. Can't really get anything out of this moment here. They're just looking for information and nothing's coming through for them. Flashes over from the CT side. Suppressing the teams for the moment. Triumph in general are pretty passive, and so are the CT swappers. I mean, even you take a look at the Banana control coming in from Evil Geniuses, they've got none of it. Ethan with a FAMAS back at dark. He's the only player to defend B here. Swing out from Tarek, may catch up a couple of kills. He gets that 1 kill, but nothing else.
They get info though. They've seen that mid's completely clear, so they can start to rotate at least 1 more member over to B, maybe a 3rd if they want to rotate Tarek too. Triumph, all their information's gone. You can even see Tarek's in a very quick rotation. Ethan towards the back of the side. Is he going to get mollied towards dark? It doesn't seem like he is. Oh, spray blind through the smoke. Gets Penny. Back of the dome for Mars now. Swings, they didn't check it, and that's going to be a mop up there from Ethan. His passive defensive works wonders as nobody considered the thought that there'd be a player lurking in the back lines.
Double orbs and 3 AKs saved. What a setup from EG going into round 15.
You couldn't ask for a better setup, and for Triumph, that round where we saw Tarek taking everyone down, even though they didn't win it, it's had a follow-on effect in terms of the economy going into round 15. They got double AKs onto Junior and Penny, but it's pistols for the rest of them. EG, what a fantastic round from them. Getting so much information off the play that it's going to be a B-side exit. Ethan picking up that secondary AWP, very aggressive towards the top of Nana.
Ethan facing forward, flashbang is going to force him off angle. They saw the man, Tech9's going to try and make its way in, but Shakespeare does not round that corner. Penny there to support with the AK, ready for a trade or a player to swing out. Not going to be found though. They'll boost up Penny to look for a kill, but they're not going to force forward. Sit pretty and wait for the moment. Nades up. Trying to do some damage to Triumph. They have no idea exactly what they're doing here, EG, but they'll smoke up, try and stall for more time.
Good read so far coming out from EG. They've got Stanislaw very deep in CT now. What he can do, Jay, is he can flash both of his teammates into the angle. That's why you can see Ethan and Tarek playing anti-flash, waiting for the flashbang of Stanislaw.
Smoke up Tarek. Turning away, playing anti-flash. Here they come. One kill, trying to get the spray transfer to the second map. And Penny, the advanced angle, takes a frag back. AWP of Ethan flicks back towards Junior. Unable to deny a bomb plant from here. We have done a 4-on-3 advantage to the CT side. EG getting 2 more players to go up for the retake here at the B side. They've got to go for it. Last round of the half, no say, no choice in the matter. Boost up from Moonstone will take out one of the crucial players. They can't get the trace to return here. EG is struggling.
Oh, Penny as well now opening up. Triumph for bringing this back. A blind Ethan hasn't given away his position just yet. He needs to get the synchronization down with Breezy. He's so incredibly low, and they're wasting so much time, Shakezilla and Moose, to find the last couple of kills. Triumph to take the lead going into the second half. We're going to go back to a short little break. Don't go anywhere.
Feelings don't die around this neighborhood. We used to sell a double pills, young and misunderstood. Tell me what is changing from your point of view. A smaller circle, but the range is so some deja vu. I recognize my future, and there is nothing with you. Unless you turn your boat around, success might come recruit you. But unless you analyze in depth that we're steps away from death, 1,000 possibilities, act on it, Johnny Depp. For real, cause we're lonesome travels, trying to know what far that brought us down the hill. I don't wanna be stuck in countless doubts. I just wanna smile and run away from here. I swear to God, man, I just wanna be a model for my brother. Hey, I just gotta work until I'm on the covers. Hey, I just gotta work until my songs are covered. Hey, I just wanna make it proud to be my mother. Wish we could learn how to love our mistakes. Straight from the jump and not wait for an answer. Wish we could smile when shit's rough nowadays. Change our reactions. You just gotta love yourself. 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 Hope you learned your lesson, girl, I cannot teach anymore. Hope you show some faith in men, I am not like anyone. Cause I am over being sober with myself and I'm with you. I am over being something I am not. I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. Huh? I'ma turn it to a man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. You thought that I was blind, but to be honest, I don't mind, 'cause I don't feel the same way I used to do. Every time I see you, I know the truth.
A triumph with a written off from the start of the series, and here they are on map 1, taking the half at 8-7, now going into their CT side. They may have a couple of tricks up their sleeve here for their map pick. EG now moving on to T, where they've been able to dominate many a team in the past. Let's see whether they can do it right here as they go out towards defaults, on towards the second mid position. They've got players in the apartments that will get driven away. Shake and Ryan playing an awkward off angle, not boosted up towards the boiler room position. Set and ready for the T-side players. They're all going to make their way out towards the balcony entrance. They're going for an A-pop. Flash over towards short. Here they come. Moose holding defense, completely blinded. Off-seas Sup, but it's way too late. Plant can be secured. Ryan creeping up to the apartments, getting taken out. Shake Zilla's there with the defuse kit. If he drops, the round is basically over. There'll be no chance for a retake in a 5-on-2 scenario with no time to get the kit back. We do see Stanislaw getting a bit more passively back over towards the mid position, but either way, Triumph 2-man disadvantage for this retake.
Yeah, look, it is all falling apart, and they went for a very unique setup of the double into boiler. You're right, normally you see the boost coming up, and they didn't spot the apps pop at all. 4 players rushing out from the apartments, instant death for the most part. A bit of a response back from Junior, but this round is pretty much all but over. Junior and Penny, last couple left. And EG, what a pistol round from them. They are really just ripped apart. Now, a little bit of a silver lining, at least, Jay, is that their Inferno in recent times has been pretty decent. We saw some great victories. They got a 16-3 victory in Pro League against Chaos. The big one that I saw was a 16-11 over Liquid yesterday. Yeah, they didn't win the series, but they won their map pick in a pretty dominating performance. So, look, at least for Triumph, try and keep this as close as possible. Maybe just see if you can get away with a map victory.
MAC-10s and AKs in on the rebuy, of course, for EG. Triumph have themselves the upgrade pistols, of course, on their force buy. And they are out towards the second mid position on the defaults here for the EG camp, straight up towards the apartments, it seems, for Tarek. The MAC-10 in play and the leader of this force. Very passive on the A side. Both players held on the defensive to the long positions in Ryan and Junior. The Eagles set for long-range fights, hoping to take some players out of the balconies as they make their way in. Good shot from Ryan. Does connect to Ethan. That's a decent start, but they do concede the site control.
Playing retake A. We saw the gamble stack up to that B bomb site, and I tell you what, there is a lurk towards the bottom of Banana. That's Stanislaw. There may have been a response in there for Shake Zulu to allow that retake to come through, but now for Triumph, even in the 4-on-4, they're out of there, Jay. They are not wanting to retake the site, even with so much utility for them to work with in terms of maybe a smoke wall. They just opt to say, right, let's just bring these weapons into the next round. We're not interested.
I'm surprised, actually. I would have thought they would have gone for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they do get to save all this utility in Kevlar and upgrade pistols into the eco round when they're not going to invest in anyway, but a decent chance for them still left in this round. So, I mean, again, I respect the decision, but kind of surprised they didn't go with the other way of thinking. Either way, it'll be 9 for the Evil Geniuses side, and most likely they were going to have this round together anyway, so T-side lead once again. Triumph losing it so quickly after gaining it in the first half. Pistols back in, of course. Shakes are going to have no major investment here for the CT line.
And I'm not sure whether that's a lack in confidence or whether that's just a call of sort of thinking, right, we're trying to think long-term here. We reckon that we can probably find more impact in the following round than trying to go for that retake. We'll have to wait and see what the calling's like for the city side of Shakezilla. But for EG, taking back the lead, it certainly has been a bit of a contest between these two sides. A lot of back and forward rounds, not a lot of gun round against gun rounds that we've seen. But EG slow walking their way up through brackets. Early nade damage on the status for it. EG doing a massive amount.
Tarek does get the opening kill, though. There's still plenty of potential here for the rest of the CT side. AKs could potentially drop in the hands of Ethan. Smokes down as the Zeus of Shake Zula sits pretty and waits to make their way out of here. Moves with the CZ to pick up the low HP players, but as Cirque creeps around the long control, realizing they've left this angle open, there's options to work with for the CT side. Tarek drops in on Moose, Shake Zer's got the USP. I think they heard the tag. They must have heard something there. Zeus not close range, eventually Cirque shuts him down, so 2 standing. And this will be 10 for EG.
Triumph. Maybe thinking, oh, maybe we could have gone for that retake in the last round. Really not finding anything and bringing it forward into round 18. A couple of bits of damage here or there, but not taking anyone down. A crossfire being set from Penny and Junior, seeing if they can maybe catch off any of the T's, overextending. To be fair, though, for EG, they don't have to hunt. Maybe the Mac 10 from Cirque can try and do a little bit to build up his money line. I can't believe he gets a kill there.
It's only a Mac 10.
Yeah.
So it's not too much of a worry, not too much of a, you know, a big loss there to the T side. Two rounds the difference here between EG and Triumph, and yet to see a CT round coming out from the Triumph camp. Of course, the buys and the rifles will come in intros. Double AWP setup from Shaken Jr. Is this going to be what wins them their first of the half? Evil Geniuses going to get the AWP on Cirque? Yes, they do. They drop it off to him. So, let's see if Triumph's change of pace can match up to Evil Geniuses and shut this down. Smoke down, nades on. Oh, that's a lot of damage to Shake.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot. Double AWPs coming out for the Triumph side, and I've seen certainly they're a team that like to go for the double AWP pretty often. The straight wall bang through the broken wall is able to satisfy them with an opening kill onto Ethan. Yeah, he takes a massive amount from the AJ, but he finds himself a kill.
After the nades on Shake, that's a hell of a way to respond for Triumph. Incendiaries coming in for the CT camp. AWP ready for the likes of Cirque, hoping to catch some players as they make their way in towards the long position. Flashbang over from him will nail Tarek to start peeking in. That smoke is set to allow them to cross back in towards Speedway and try and take out right and wrap around towards the B side, but they smoke down that position as the initial smoke starts to clear. They continue to lean in towards the A play, but look at Ryan, look at the balls on this man. Does get shut down and punished by Breezy for it.
Yeah, look, EG were waiting for that, waiting for some sort of over-aggression, and Ryan just absolutely feeds it to them. Junior in the pit position, Breezy trying to bait out an AWP, shot the dual peeking coming through. Junior's able to find the first, needs to smoke off the molly and try and stay alive for as long as possible, allow the rotations to come in. Around 30 seconds on the clock, a trade back from Cirque. Tarek's been able to make his way in, and they don't know he's here.
That's a kill. With Junior, no gaps and smokes to work with. Sees his man, catches him in the air. Does not turn around for the second kill of Stanislaw. Penny can trade though, transfer it back! What? And get the headshot on Cirque as well. And it might not have been the double AWPs that shine, but certainly the rifles came up good for Triumph in the rifle round.
Oh my goodness, that spray transfer was sick! You can see that he was trying to continue it around those default boxes, and Cirque just peeked straight into it. Oh my goodness. Triumph. What a clutch to come out from Penny. A 17-year-old stepping up in a round that was absolutely necessary. And for EG, it seemed like we were going back and forward in terms of trading. And Tarek was able to slow walk his way in from long, completely undetected. And Penny delivers.
Wow. Didn't expect that. Definitely did not expect that there. 1 round the difference there for the Triumph side, and Penny becoming the hero of his team here. 14 kills as well, top fragger for the CT side. It is a bit behind Stanislaw and Ethan right now, who are top fraggers in the server, but still, Triumph can easily rely on this man, it seems. Get a bit further onwards though. They found that first round, and one of the issues that EG had on their CT side was following up their round. You know, they went blow for blow on both sides in that first half. Triumph don't want to suffer the same mistakes. They don't want to lose the half to EG, and by extension the map. They will need it to follow up this next round. The economy is in tatters for both sides, so whoever loses this one is on eco.
Yeah, that's the thing. Both teams are going to get reset here. The economy line is so limited. Really hardly anything in the reserve. Ethan and Tarek have a little bit on the T side, Moose a bit on the City side too, but all in all, both teams are very, very low and are going to get reset of whoever loses. It looks like Triumph want to retake this top banana control, but the AWP duel goes the way of Circa. Now for Triumph, they're trying to fall back, but they're getting caught off guard. Shakzula can't go back to the site inside, and now for Penny, he's completely caught off in the open. He's been seen out towards CT. The spams keep coming through, and in the end, finally they take him out.
Tarek catching off Ryan in the back lines. The wraparound backstab for the CT player is dealt with. Moose, all that remains back on the A site. Such minimal damage done to the T side as well. When the hit comes out, yes, they did have a couple of awkward stances in the positions and the, where they were facing against the CT forces, but even so, EG coming up super good there on that hit. No casualties sustained. Triumph just couldn't deal with it. Perfect flashes, perfect smokes. All players were blind when they went down. And that's the one thing I wanted to see that Triumph would not do, again, connecting tissue, trying to connect these two rounds together, trying to follow up their last rifle victory with a confident one in this one. Because again, you see the money line here now, and with Moose going down, you see what they've got to buy in with. There's nothing that they've got to work with.
And look, it is expected for Triumph to be able to put up some decent rounds here or there, but look, we've seen their performances recently. We've seen that they're a team that I don't want to say cannot compete at this level, but they're putting up decent contested. I mean, they came last place in Cologne, last place in DreamHack Summer, so they're at least being involved in these tournaments, but it's just getting those victories, which really seems to be a really tough time for this Triumph side, and not a lot of experience, especially when you compare them to the likes of Evil Geniuses. And you've got to think for EG, this is really where they can start to put the pressure on. They're looking at converting their 12th round. They'll really be 4 away from being able to win out their opponent's map pick. And that's not the start you want in this series for Triumph.
Smoke down, Molotovs in, Zeus for Shakzula standing by on the CT cross. And Junior taking damage initially here, but let's see T-side spray. Of course, the eco should expect the players to get taken apart pretty effectively here. Smokes back, Zeus makes his way in, missed his shot, no chance for Shake. If he got that kill, great, but not to be. 5 on 4, EG have a bomb plant, they have a round.
Oh man, he was so close too.
Yeah.
And not getting the Zeus, so, and unfortunately, it's like, it's just one of those things where, if you do it, great. If not, doesn't really matter. They hardly invested anything, a couple of Zeuses and a P250, I think that's all they brought forward. EG, though, you've got to think that this is really where they start to build up their money line. It's been a few rounds, Jay, that the ones that they've won on T-side, there's been a lot of players staying alive. We saw 5 in that last round. The first 3 in the second half, you had 4 players staying alive. So we're getting at least some players on the verge of getting close to 10K. I mean, Ethan and Tarek are going to be sort of around that 8K mark. We're really starting to build up. Another one of no one going down. Triumph looked like they were looking for some extra kills in the end there, but not peaking. And 12-9, Triumph. I've got to be honest, Jay, this is probably their last chance if they want to get involved in this map.
Orps in for Junior and Ethan. Triumph really need to get something on the board here. If they can't do so, then they may as well be done here. They picked this map. They had a good T-side on it, but now EG are here. On their second half, they are running wild all over the server, absolutely destroying whoever comes into contact with them. First frag not being gained here towards Banana is just passive control. Flashes will gain the rest of the T-side forces to join Ethan and continue pressing up towards the B-side offense.
And they've forced Triumph so deep into the side. No presence out through brackets, nothing out towards Banana. And rotating a third player over, so what looks to be a pretty good read from Triumph. But it just comes off the basis of do EG start to rotate back towards this A-bomb site, or do they want to commit to B? Hardly any information coming through. Still a lot of utility to work with on this CT side, which is great, especially in the late round executions. And for EG, it looks like they're trying to sell a bit of a fake towards this A bomb site and then bring that bomb back over to B. .40 seconds in the stack up from Evil Geniuses starts to form.
Here behind the broken wall, now pushing up past it to go towards the cross position and make their way into B. Smoke down at CT, shakes them on the boost spot, sees Ethan, takes him down, pulled up immediately. Penny can get Tarek. Breezy will find that trade, and Ryan's reboosted to try and line a bomb block. Sees Breezy instead, sprays through, takes out Stan, trying to transfer it back, and Breezy will get that trade. But a 3-on-2 scenario, Triumph with a major man advantage going into this retake, but they've got to wait for CTs to rotate from A.
It's going to take them a little bit of time to set themselves up, make sure they're using their utility right, and Breezy and Cirque to hold off in the post part. Triumph really slowing this down. They are running the clock incredibly low, Jay, and Cirque not blinded at all. Does get smoked off, but they peek before the smoke blooms, and now Moose has to try and take the duel up towards Breezy. Wins it out. Cirque smoked off, but he needs to see if he can get the wall back, and they're out of there, Jay. No kit, they're out of the site. They took too long, and Cirque doesn't even need to take fights in the end.
Don't be a loser, buy a diffuser. 13-9, Evil Genius is going to take a round. And they do lose 4 players for it, but the money is really well built up here for this squad. So Triumph are just going to have to take that on the chin and try to figure out where they go from here. Of course, max loss bonus on the board means that they can go for a half buy around these weapons, but EG are getting closer and closer to that end game. To take Triumph, beat them on their map pick. AWP and AK, all they've got to work for Junior and Moose. No force up coming into this one. They'll get another good rifle round into round 24 and see if they can deny the match point from Evil Geniuses. Right now, it's just default plays from the T side. They have been able to dictate the pace of this match so far in this half, and they're going to continue to do so.
This boost up towards Flower Pots have certainly done a lot of damage in the past to EG from Triumph. Rounds that they don't really have too much to work with. The AWP and the AK backed up with some upgraded pistols. Jiggle peeking coming out from Breezy. The reface in. A Junior finds the connection. That's the man advantage the CTs were looking for.
That's a start they can work with here. Molotov's in. Moose going to play anti-flash. Cirque not going to check this upper position. AWP versus AWP battle. Tarek's been seen, but Stanislaw gets that trade back on Moose. Ethan watching the B site as Junior falls away with the AWP. 4-on-3. Triumph, they have a man advantage, but again, they only have a single rifle. The 2 pistols on the B site may be tested because EG are going to go make their way in with the execute.
Oh, Shagzilla's trying to play as close as possible around this smoke. 30 seconds left. EG need to get a bit of a move on here. They certainly do have the weaponry advantage, but not the man advantage. Shagzilla going to get boosted up to second oranges. The execution's already coming through. Ethan gets a couple of kills and opens up the side. And now for Triumph, after Junior did so much work on A to at least fight to get that 4-on-3, has now gone back the way of EG.
Start getting Penny as well. Leaving it all on Junior with the AWP in play. Left to save it at this stage. Let's get one exit frag, ensure that this money does not bolster here for EG. It becomes an expensive round, but with the money they currently have in tow, they could continue forcing up into the final round. If they win this next round especially, then they'll basically be on track there for a victory here on Inferno. Triumph at least going for the half buy in this round means that they've got plenty of cash to buy back. Get the full-blown rifles, potentially with the double AWP setup. We saw that from Shaken Jr. It was part of the round that won them earlier in this half. The only round so far on CT side that Triumph have taken. Crack it out one more time to try to see if they can turn it over the edge.
Yeah, look, they need to find a response, Jay. This CT side, look, some of the rounds have been close, but for the most part, it's just been not comparable in when you look at their first half of what they did on T. They just looked so much more comfortable. They looked so much more solid. They looked so much more confident, too, in going in for a lot of peaks. This CT side has certainly not been able to find the same achievements that the T side did. Out towards Banana, Shagzilla trying to go very, very aggressive. A solo play with the AWP, instantly punished from Ethan.
Good kill. Good start for EG. Naves does not do as much damage as they wanted it to either. Sponte Gs don't do damage for the T side to return as Moose gives away his position over to the apartments, hoping for some wallbang damage, hoping to get a kill or at least think somebody will just find something for the CT side because Triumph are down by a margin. B site takes that first casualty. They rotate a third man towards B as well, leaving Moose as the only player to defend A. Rotations coming in from EG do set themselves up for a split in. Moose does catch Stanislau, but sprayed in the back. Breezy pops out the end of the smoke. Moose gets his double, and Ethan trades the 3-on-3, so they've kept it at even standing for the CT side. Moose having a mass amount of impact there, but now it's up to his teammates to retake.
Boost coming up from Penny over the top of this Moto smoke, but at least he's been seen, so they know that there's two players out towards Moto. And with that smoke coming in, they'll probably realize a third player's out from long. Triumph have got to make a decision here, Jay. Do they want to go for it or save? And it looks like they're saving again. I tell you what, Jay, I don't know about this. You realize that you're in a 3-on-3. Yeah, you might not have the best chances in the world, but when you're down 9-14, these are risks that you have to make. I don't know about that. I really would have liked to have seen them gone for it.
Yeah, 6 rounds come back to overtime. Again, it's a decision I respect, but not one that I would have gone for here. At the same time, they are low HP across that CT board, so it would have been a difficult retake against EG anyway. That's not even counting the firepower that they've got right now on this T side, which has been working so well to make this half so one-sided. Again, Triumph have scored 1 round in this second half. And now they need to find 6 on the trot to try bring us to OT on this opening map. Map point for Evil Geniuses. The double ops do come back for Shake and Junior. M4s across the rest of the CT board. One last shout into the night. Let's see whether the Triumph can stay alive.
And this is like the second or third time we've seen Triumph going for a save. I think they're giving too much respect up to the EG side rather than sort of playing their own game and going for the retake. If they were playing another MDL team in a 3-on-3 like that, I would assure say that they would go for it. And Junior tries to get aggressive, gets caught off immediately. A bit of an early stack out towards the banana position. One thing Triumph haven't done is taken this banana control, so that could be a bit of an idea. Tarek just pushing through the smoke. An easy kill for Moose.
Frag found. Junior follows suit on Ethan. 5-on-3. Mid control maintained. A site currently dominated by the CT forces, but Evil Genius is setting something in the line. Orb shot from Junior lands a leg. Cirque faces in, gets the kill. Breezy gets Moose as well in the app position. And now suddenly, just like that, EG have swamped the defensive. 3-on-3. Bomb plant coming down towards the back shutter. And Triumph have all 3 stacked in towards the mid control. Flashes to make their way on for the retake. Ryan's going to get blinded by a counter from the T-side line. No players facing this directly. Breezy back over to the apartment's entrance, keeping his eyes on the default area as the smoke starts to clear. He's got a gap to work with. Will they check this? No, they won't. He'll swing. He'll transfer. He'll get 2. And Penny's all that remains in a 1-on-2. And he just can't make it happen. 16-9. EG are taking that one of this best of 3.
And look, for EG, they're